Okay, these problems are important whenever you see this, right, this check mark, right? That means by this point in the text, you should be really good at these. You shouldn't have any problem doing this type of work. If you don't see the check mark, then it means we're still in the learning process. If you're struggling a little, that's fine. But when we see that check mark, we better be getting pretty good at these. So I'm going to just slide that whole explanation up, and I will start to solve these. So they want us to solve equations, right? So for A, right, I have 3x plus 7 equals negative x minus 1. And the goal is to get all the variables on one side, all the constants on the other. So I'll add x to both sides. And I get 3x and 1x is 4x plus 7 equals, they cancel, negative 1. Then I subtract 7 from both sides, right? Properties of equality. They cancel. Negative 1 and negative 7 is negative 8. And then I'll divide both sides by 4, and I'll get x equals negative 2, right? Okay, for B, I don't know, let's do B up here, right? Have more room. 1 minus 2x plus 5 equals 4x minus 3. Again, one step per line. So first I want to simplify both sides of the equation. So I have a 1 and a positive 5. That's a 6 minus 2x equals 4x minus 3. Then I'll add 2x to both sides. And again, you could have subtracted 4x from, I try to avoid negatives. That's my goal, right? Okay, so I have 6 equals 4x and 2x is 6x minus 3. I'll add 3 to both sides. Notice how I'm lining them up, right? So 6 plus 3 is 9 equals 6x. And I'll divide both sides by 6, and I'll get 9/6 equals x. I'll write the x on the left, but 9/6 is not simplified, right? The 9 and the 6 share a common factor, which is 3. So that can be reduced to 3/2. And it's not really, it can be reduced, it must be reduced. Now the book may leave it as x equals 1/2. I actually prefer improper fractions versus mixed numbers. I think they're more useful. Okay, so let's do C. I have 4x minus 2 plus x equals negative 2 plus 2x. So again, I'll combine my like terms on this side. 4x and x is 5x minus 2 equals negative 2 plus 2x. I will, I don't know, add 2 to both sides. So I have 5x equals 2x, right? Now, I could stop here, or I could keep going, which I really want to keep going, because if you stop here, you're going to make a mistake. So I'll subtract 2x from both sides, and I'll get 3x equals 0. And I'll divide by 3, and I get x equals 0. Some people confuse when they get to this line right here. They confuse it and they say, when will 5x equal 2x? Never. Well, actually, it will equal when x is 0. So there's a difference between having a solution of 0 and there being no solution. So always follow it through to the end. Okay, so that's A, B, and C. Let me go and make some space back over here, right? Okay, for D. So D, I'll just write it right under here, right? So I'm going to combine the negative 4 and the positive 1. So I get 3x minus 4 plus 1 is minus 3. And over on the right side, I have negative 2x and positive 5x. That's 3x minus 5. Now I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. And I get negative 3, because these cancel, equals negative 5. Okay, now I don't have any variables left, so now I ask myself, when will negative 3 equal negative 5? And the answer to that is never, right? It's never going to equal, negative 3 will never equal negative 5. So this, we would write no solution. And again, no solution means that in this original equation, there's no value you can put in for x that's going to make the left-hand side equal to the right-hand side.